Hello everyone, welcome back to, the Ever Side Questers live streaming campaign. We took a bit of a break through the holidays. You know, everyone likes to take a little time off around Christmas and New Year's. That was all good and dandy. And then I got sick. I haven't been sick in like 3 years, and I got sick with bronchitis, so that threw me kind of out of the way. But we are now officially back now that I can actually talk without having a coughing fit. So welcome back everyone. We are doing something different tonight, as if you saw the thumbnail, we are diving into the Pathfinder 2nd Edition game realm, just as, everyone else is doing, because, exactly, Hair Doctor, things happened in the D&D community, and we kind of got annoyed with what was going on. We decided to also, just take a step back from Dungeons & Dragons for the time being, and, check out this really cool game called Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So that's what we're doing tonight. Unfortunately, one of my players is having some technical difficulties with his browser and connecting to Foundry tonight, so we're going to be doing a little workaround for the time being. But because we are trying out the beginner's box, as a lot of people are doing, we're going to go through character creation tonight. Now, I have been studying the core rulebooks and reading it and having it read to me for like weeks now, a couple weeks, and just getting right into this. So we're going to do this a little step by step here, and we're going to, as they say, start with the ABCs, and we'll get everyone their ancestries into their character sheets and start making adjustments as needed. So a few of us have already picked some ancestries. Let's see here. We've got Eric with his lizard folk character so far. Seems like we got a few things already going for there. Mike has yet to pick his. What we got here? Scott is going with a gnome, and Sean will have something picked as well at some point. So, without dawdling, let's just jump right into this, because we all know what we're doing here, and we'll see what happens. So, for those that can, have you thought of what kind of an ancestry you'd like for your character? Because it's going to help start everything off. That way you don't have to really worry too much more about things. I know we've got the lizard folk for Eric. Scott, you've got your gnome, right?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay. Sean, have you thought about what kind of a beginner box character you'd like, and the ancestry, aka the race for your character? Any idea there?
Not currently, no. I'm still reading, much reading.
Okay. Alright, so for those that have gotten some character backgrounds, or not backgrounds, but their ancestry picked, let's go ahead and take a look at the next couple steps there. So, let me see here. Let me get to the rules section on the side here, so I have that open. And let's see here, creating character creation. There we go. Okay, so Pathfinder has a really interesting system for generating ability scores. So rather than rolling out dice, you go through the steps and you will pick certain things. So Eric and Scott, since you guys already have your ancestries picked, at the bottom of your character sheet on the very first page for your character profile are your ability scores. Off to the right is a spot that says Edit. Go ahead and click that.
I clicked it.
Okay. You're going to get your ability scores and how you're going to assign your boosts and flaws. So, let's see here. If we click that. Okay, cool. So, each of the races, each of the ancestries will have a generic set that they start with, which is going to usually be 3 boosts and 1 flaw. Or, alternatively, which is a new set of rules, you can forgo the flaw and forgo one of the boosts and just pick 2 boosts. So, for instance, for Eric's lizard folk, he starts with strength and wisdom, he gets a free boost, and he has a flaw of intelligence for his other part for the race. So if you don't want that, Eric, you can click on the alternate boosts checkbox next to lizard folk, which will then have you choose 2 boosts rather than getting 2 set and 1 free boost. What would you like to do? And that is the same for you as well, Scott. Let's take a look at what you have for your gnome here.
Yeah, I think I'll do the alternate.
Okay, so go ahead and click that. Now go ahead and pick 2 boosts for your lizard folk. What about you, Scott, for your gnome? Are you good with the boost that you have, or do you want to go with the alternate?
I think I'm good with what I have. I just want to boost my intelligence, right?
Yes. Okay. So, now we have that. The next thing after picking the Ancestry, let's see here. What's it here? All right, select an Ancestry. So you pick your Ancestry, then assign any free ability boosts that you have, which you've done, and take any voluntary flaws. You can always take an involuntary flaw if you want to do that as well. But you don't have to. So, again, they're all voluntary. If you do, there's really no benefit to taking a flaw. It just makes your character unique. So if you really feel like you want low dexterity or low charisma, you could take that flaw and give yourself a negative in that area.
It's -2 as well.
Yep. Every boost is going to be +2 in character creation up until you hit level 8, and up until you hit score 18. Once you hit a score of 18, all boosts after that only go up by 1. But starting, you can't have a boost anything high. You can't boost anything higher than 18. So once you get a stat block to 18, that's as far as it can go for level 1.
Yeah, I don't think you can break 18 until like level 5 or something like that.
Yeah, it's somewhere down the ways when you can finally start getting some more boosts and whatnot. I don't know precisely. Oh, it looks yeah. There you go. In the ability scores page, yeah, sure enough, it says level 5 right there. Then level 10, 15, and 20, you get more boosts later on.
So at level 1, I get a free boost as well?
Yes, you do. We'll get to those in a minute. So we'll worry about those after the fact. We'll take care of that. We'll go in order here. So now that we have those taken care of, now we go to selecting your heritage from the available ones within your Ancestry. So it looks like, Eric, you've already picked the frilled heritage for your lizard folk, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, let's go ahead and take a look at what heritages we have for the gnome.
Yeah.
All right.
Where am I?
Player ancestries. So then we will take a look at gnome. And let's see here. So for heritage for the gnome, you have, if you go with all of them, you have Chameleon, Fey-Touched, Sensate, Umbral, Vivacious, and Wellspring. Those are a whole bunch of different gnome heritages you can pick.
Gotcha. I think when I was flipping through them, there was one that had some kind of nature component.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to pull that up myself.
Let's see here. It might be Fey-Touch. Let's see here. The blood of the Fey
Fey-Touch
is so strong within you that you're truly one of them. You gain the Fey trait in addition to the gnome and humanoid traits. Choose one cantrip from the primal spell list. You can cast this spell as a primal innate spell at will. A cantrip is heightened to a spell level equal to half your level rounded up. You can change this cantrip to a different one from the same list once per day by meditating to realign yourself with the first world. This is a 10-minute activity that has the concentrate trait. So yeah, it looks like if that's the one you're thinking about. Otherwise, I can
do that.
Pull the other ones up if you want.
I think just to speed things along, I think that's fairly close to my other character, right? Where my other character had some animal stuff to start with.
Oh, like you're with Shmebulok?
Shmebulok, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna try to build a similar character because I'm not done fleshing that out yet.
Well, that character can always be, recreated later on if you want to try something completely brand new. We're not getting rid of those characters unless you want to.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna build this guy out to be similar. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, after that, we select an Ancestry feat. You choose one Ancestry feat representing an ability your hero learned at an early age. So that's going to be like a level 1 feat. There's a whole bunch of them that you can pick for your gnome and for the lizard folk. So let's go ahead and find the feats.
Is that under a different tab or is that still in the character?
That's going to be under a different area. Let's see here. Feats. I'm using an outside resource.
Yeah, feats is it's a medallion, like the little, sports medal icon.
Okay, and let's see here. So we want only first level feats, and I'm going to filter out. Let's see here. I'm going to filter for gnome and for lizard folk. Where are you hiding, lizard folk? There we go.
That's hilarious.
Hair Doctor was asking if Schmebulok was returning. He said, I knew it! What was the character class and concept? Tyler Perkins, hello! Thank you for stopping by. Just checking in with chat at the moment. Hair Doctor saying, I kind of want to see a kobold, but that's just my opinion. Gnome feats. The small boys! Alright, so, as we... Let's see here. What do we got for the Ancestry feats? Gnome and lizard folk. First level. What's a good way to sort those out? You guys using the AONPRD website for this, or something different?
I have RPG bot up for like the quick and dirty.
Oh, okay.
But I'm manually going through the feats right now because they're not on there so much.
Alright, I'm going to bring that up for the moment, just so we can take a look at that. Go to Pathfinder and see if I can find Ancestry feats. Feats, general skills, not all. All right, let's see here. There we go, trait. Okay. Flamelock goes, hiss RPG bot.
Yeah. Dumbs everything down.
Oh, just go to Gnome. Oh, thank you, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the gnome feats right now. Kind of like Fey Fellowship. Happy to hear anyone's insight on these.
Yeah, what do you got? What does our live stream viewers here think that would be a good gnome ancestry feat? Are you looking at the ones for yourself there, Eric?
What's up?
Are you looking at the ancestry feats for level 1 for your lizard folk?
Oh, not yet.
All right, let's see here. I will remove that one for now. All right, I got the gnome feats up. And sorting by... Oh, wow. Oof, there's a lot for level 1.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Jeez. Fey Fellowship? They're taking a gnome to Isengard. Your enhanced Fey connection allows you a warmer reception from the creatures of the First World. That's
Yeah,
funny.
just I don't know how much that's going to pop up in our campaign, right? Well, I guess that's the chance you take.
Yeah, exactly. If this is going to be Schmebulok and transitioning it over to the actual Ever side questers, then probably not. I wouldn't really worry about that. Burrow Elocutionist? Electionist. That's an interesting word. You recognize the chittering of ground creatures as its own peculiar language. Jeez. They have such oddly specific things here. Depends on what he wants to be like. There's many options. Yeah, exactly. Illusion sense. Your ancestors spent their days cloaked and cradled in illusions. As a result, sensing illusion magic is second nature to you.
I like that one.
Let's see here.
Oh, shit.
Grim Insight. What do you got, Eric?
One of the feats is called Reptile Rider. To you, crocodilians, giant lizards, and dinosaurs are loyal steeds, not monsters.
Oh.
You gain the ride feat even if you don't meet the prerequisites, and gain a +1 circumstance bonus to nature checks to handle an animal, as long as it's an animal that is a reptile, dinosaur, or even a non-sapient dragon.
Oh, jeez. That's really funny. Oh, Grim Insight, you have to be an Umbral Gnome for that. Let's see here. Inventive Offensive, trained in crafting.
Because I'm a sucker for cantrips, I'm going to take First World Magic.
First World Magic? Alright. Your connection to the First World grants you a primal innate spell, much like those of the Fae. Alright. Very good. Oh.
Love me some cantrips.
Let's see here.
Uh.
Oh, we lost someone.
Heyo.
Okay, so where on this does the Fae Ancestry thing go? Spellcasting, crafting, proficiencies.
So I should have my Fate Touch Gnome Heritage in there, and the First World Magic's also in there.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. It is in the Feats tab, which looks like the little first place medal.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So you got that. All right. Let's see here.
Do I get an Ancestry feature as well, or is that something that happens later?
Ancestry feature. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Ancestry features. Let's take a look at that. I'm not quite sure about that one.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Let's see what the group says. All right, chat. What is the? Because we're looking here on Foundry. What is the Ancestry feature that we seem to be missing? Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay, let's see for Gnome. Because I know for like Dwarf gets like a clan dagger or something.
Ooh. Obviously, I get a gnomish flamethrower of some kind, right? Something equivalent.
Right? Okay, so yeah. Like clan dagger. I can see that there. That is from, that's that thing there. So then for Gnome, which would be under Dark Vision, let's see here, if there's anything there. No, it doesn't look like you have an Ancestry feature.
Cool. Probably why it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah, for Eric's character, he has Aquatic Adaptation, Breath Control, and Claws as Ancestry features. So certain ancestries will have them and some won't. Yeah, Flame Loud just confirmed they don't get anything special. Thank you, Flame Loud. Okay, so that should be everything for our features or for our ancestry. So let's go ahead and take a look at the background and add that in. I'll close those.
Okay, so what was everybody deciding on? I think I managed to get in.
Oh yeah, you're in.
Crusader, I'm thinking.
Sorry, what was that, Mike?
Human Crusader.
A human crusader. Oh, we have a summoner, which I don't remember what that was. That was like a half caster, partial martial. We have a wizard. We have Scott going back with Shremebulok, making him over again. So we have a caster type. We have a partial caster, partial martial type with the summoner. So whatever you two want to make for these characters is up to you.
If you want that Minotaur thing, I bought that.
Well, that was for Eric's character, and we'll see about using that. Figuring that one out later. Mike, Sean, you guys are in, ready to start off your Ancestry pick?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so what kind of Ancestry are you thinking for your character concept?
I think I am looking at orc currently.
Alright, Orc. Cool. Alright, let me pull that up. And like I said, I was telling the other guys, if you go to the compendium packs, in the top right tab of the right sidebar there, everything is here. So if you just scroll down a ways, or if you do a search for ancestries, it'll come up as items in PF2E. So you can pull that up and then just drag and drop whatever ancestry you want into your character sheet. Alright, so it looks like we've got human and wither-touched human for that, and the champion is the paladin, I believe, for the class. Okay. So since we have our ancestries opened up or picked, Mike and Sean, in the bottom right side of your character sheet there, you're going to see ability scores. Go ahead and click the edit button just above that.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to get the preset ability boosts. If you don't want those preset boosts, because some of them come with flaws, you can click the alternate boosts and just pick 2. Otherwise, for humans, the humans already have, like, they don't come with any flaws, which is nice, so they just get 2 free boosts. For orcs come with strength and a free one, and if you don't want it to be strength, just click the alternate boost, and then you can pick 2 free ones for your orc ancestry, Sean.
Where does it show what the flaw is?
Voluntary flaws. Let's see here. If you hover over orc, you see where orc is dashed? The orc, and then underneath it is a dashed line. If you hover over that, it'll tell you about your boosts and flaws. In the core rulebook, orcs come with strength innately as a boost, and then you get a free boost and no flaws. If you don't want strength as one of your boosts, then click the box for alternate boosts and just pick 2 boosts. And don't worry about flaws unless you voluntarily want to flaw your character.
Well, no, so...
And what kind of class do you think you'll be going with your orc?
Probably druid.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to switch out the boost, then go ahead and click the button underneath orc that says alternate boosts. Okay, so now you have 2 boosts to pick, and all boosts will give you +2 in your stat of choice, up to a total of 18. At level 1, you can't go above 18. And they have to be unique, so you can't like double boost the same score for your orc ancestry. So you'll have to go like Constitution and Wisdom for the other boost. Okay, so you got Dex and Constitution. All right, cool. All right, let's close out of those windows, and now we need to go back and pick, let's see here, we got those. You need to select your heritage. So, for instance, Mike has picked the Wither Touched for human.
Winter.
Oh, Winter Touched, excuse me, Winter Touched. And what does that do for Winter Touched humans?
Basically boosts cold resistance. Reduces the severity of the cold weather around me, and then also gives me a bonus to cold resistance based on my level in half, I think.
Nice.
To a minimum of 1.
Alright, so for Orc, Sean, if you're still there, I don't know if you are. Yeah, it looks like you still are. It looks like Scott dropped out accidentally. Dark Ocelot. Thank you for stopping by. And Josh D is here. Dark Ocelot Mike said, Winter Touch can be really good. Great choice.
Thank you.
And basically, he grew up in Alaska.
Or New York.
Yep, that too. Yeah, you really get that from here. Okay, so we have
I
the...
guess
Go ahead.
technically it would be Rainfall Orc, because there isn't one specifically for, like, swamps.
Okay, so let's take a look at what the Rainfall Orc looks like. So, Rainfall Orcs, you were born in a rainforest with only tangles of trees providing protection from torrential rainstorms and flash floods. You've learned to move adaptly through jungle terrain and resist the various ailments common in humid environments. You gain a +2 circumstance bonus to athletic checks to climb or swim, and a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against disease. Very nice. Okay. Now, you two need to pick, let's see here. You got your heritage. And now you need to pick an ancestry feat. So, to pick the ancestry feat, let's see here. Class features, ancestry feats. If you go to on your character sheet, and the blue bar, there's a whole bunch of tabs. If you click the one that says, it looks like a medal, those are your feats. And then from there, if you click the browse button, it'll bring up all the feats. And from there, you can pick a feat based off of, it looks like it's already filtered for orcs, at least for Sean, because I'm clicking on his. So let's see here. Orc feats. Let me bring up that one page again.
I don't know if this is filtered for orcs.
Let me get back to the page there. Okay. So you clicked on the medal, right? And you got all those feat sections, Sean?
Yep.
All right. And then you see the third one down that says Ancestry Feats. Click all the way.
Second one.
For me, it says third one down. I see Ancestry Features, Class Features, and then Ancestry Feats.
Okay, so I'm on the wrong one. There we go.
Yeah, you want the fourth from the right. Okay, it looks like Mike picked Deity's Domain Healing for his champion class feature. Very good.
Going with Pharasma as the deity.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, and then if you click Browse, Sean, you'll see 8 different ancestry features. Dark Ocelot, we will be playing with the beginner box, so we will be starting in Galarian, and then after that we'll probably transition some of these characters over to the custom homebrew world that was originally set for 1 D&D, but we are, just changing that over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so it'll be in a realm all of its own. Let's see here, Tyler's saying that Orc Ferocity is basically the 5e feature, if you'd like that one.
Yeah.
And then Hair Doctor says, I find it funny that orcs get special abilities to bite people with their tusks. So let's see here. What do we have? Does it bring... Oh, cool. So Beast Trainer. Let's see here. You can tame and command ferocious beast with a train animal skill feature. Iron Fists. Let's see here. No prerequisite for that. You have naturally tough skin and dense bone, further hardens you by conflict. Your fist unarmed attacks no longer have the non-lethal trait and gain the shove weapon trait. Jeez. Orc Ferocity. Well, yeah, once you're reduced to 0 hit points and not immediately killed, you can stand back up. Let's see. And then, oh, bonus feature. How did that end up in the bonus feature for tusks?
Whoops. Yeah, how did that...
Alright, let me see here. Let me get rid of that one. Yeah. Oh, weird. It keeps putting it down into the bonus features for some reason. Let's see something here. Common advanced characters guide tasks. Oh, that's weird. Well, anyways, it's been picked, so we'll go with that. I don't know why it's been moved there, but we'll see if we can. I'll see if I can fix that later on, since it technically should be an ancestry feat. But in any event, that's been picked. Okay, and then that should be everything for everyone and their ancestry. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the background. So if you haven't already selected a background, go ahead and click the plus button next to the background section on the first page of your character sheet. And we'll start going through the background. And then on top of that, the background will give you a choice of giving you a boost to your ability scores too. So for instance, Seer of the Dead for the background on Mike's champion, he has a choice of Constitution or Wisdom. And apparently the champion's key stat is either Strength or Dex. That's surprising.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Damn it.
If you want to go back and switch some things around for like picking a different background or, you know, moving your human boosts around, go ahead and do that, because that one's really strange. I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that either. I was thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking Wisdom and Wisdom and Charisma.
Yeah.
There we go, thinking D&D again.
Right? Okay. Let me get Scott's character sheet back open. Okay. Eric, have you picked a background yet? Oh, you've chosen one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. And let's see here. So go ahead, now that you have that picked, go into your ability scores and open up that little window again to edit your ability boosts.
Like how it labels everything nicely. When you look at this, it's like, oh, I see where all my stuff came from and where it's going.
Yeah.
Laid out very nicely.
So for the chosen one background, you have a boost. You can either boost Charisma or Strength, and it looks like for a summoner, Charisma is your key stat. So clearly, yeah, you're going to want to boost Charisma.
Okay, so we have a face type person.
It says I got 2 for chosen one.
Yes, one has to be Charisma or Strength, and then you can pick
Okay, yeah.
one more for whatever. Let me go back to the live stream here. Oh, Flameloud saying that champions, because they can either focus on strength or dex-based weapons, champions don't use wisdom for spellcasting, only charisma, and that's only a side thing, not their main feature. There you go, Mike. So that's the
right.
big deal. Ah, thank you, Tyler. That makes sense too. Our doctor's like, my guess is Dexedin. We love our Dex Paladins.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rebuild then.
Yeah. Okay, so then let's see here.
So
Alright.
how do I restart?
You don't have to restart. No need to restart. Just go ahead and pick a different, let's see, where's your character sheet hiding? There you are.
Yeah, I don't know how to change my background, unfortunately.
Ooh, let's see here. It's a good question. How do we get the background changed? Oh, I guess you're going to have to. That's odd.
Gonna have to what? Restart?
Yeah, I might have to nuke the character and restart it. That's really odd that they wouldn't let me modify it for you.
Alright, nuke it if you can. I don't know how. In a world of fingers, I'm all thumbs.
All right, and okay, there you go. Brand spanking new one. Let's see here. Along with more skills for text. Apologies, as someone who has never touched Foundry, my knowledge can not be of help. Wait, let me ask a server. Yeah, I don't know. That's really odd that there's no way that, as far as I'm aware of, that you can change that around. Okay, so we have the chosen one there. Eric, you've picked your 2 boosts, your key boost for your class. And while you're in there, since that's all taken care of, Eric, if you want to pick 4 more for level 1, and go ahead and boost whatever you want. Obviously, you're going to want to pick 1 for charisma and boost that up to 18. And then pick 3 more. Ooh, tough decision. Strength. Intelligence allows you to have more skill points to boost and strengthen things up, and gives you more languages. Wisdom is going to be good for your will saves, because we're going back to the 3 save types: Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. And then obviously Strength will be for any strength-based skills and swinging a weapon. So hit that last one, and then you can go ahead and hit complete when that's done. Let's see here. Who am I looking at now? All right, Mike's going through that. Scott, let's see where you're at.
Forgot to boost my level 1 stuff.
Ah, yes. Yep, I was just coming in to check.
There's no double boosting.
Oh, yes, thank you, Tyler. Wisdom is good for perception, too, which is initiative by default. So, yeah, everyone, dexterity isn't rolled for initiative in Pathfinder. It's perception, unless you're doing something different. So, for instance, if you were stealthing before our combat started, you would roll a stealth check for initiative. Otherwise, it's going to be your perception. All right, Scott, if that is good, then go ahead and hit the complete button at the bottom there. I don't know if that's going to do anything.
Yeah, my only question is it okay to put almost nothing into my strength and dex when I'm a wizard?
Yeah, no. Dexterity is going to... dexterity is important for your reflex save, but, you know, then again, it's not necessarily all that important for wizards. Just don't get hit with reflex saves, or things that you would need reflexes for.
You've convinced me that even a little bit more is probably a good thing, so I'll do that in complete.
Okay. And Sean, let's see where you're at here. All right, you got Feral Child. Oh. Okay, there we go. So Feral Child, Constitution or Dexterity or Strength. Interesting. Curious, it only gave you, looks like one thing for the background. All right, and then your class, Sean, have you picked your class yet? And we'll have to do a couple things for your skills as well. Okay, so we have Druid is your... Druid's Wisdom is your key stat, so if you wanted to swap something from your Orc heritage, or your Orc ancestry, if you wanted to move one of those to Wisdom to boost that up, you could move Dex or Con if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can leave it as is. Okay. All right, now, let's see here. Skills. Because we have to do a couple things for the background, because the background gives you skill boosts for trainings and whatnot. So where are your skills hiding? Spellcasting, inventory, proficiencies, effects. Those are the actions. Oh, cat, what are you doing? Stop zooming me in. Find your society, biography, effects. Where is the skills section hiding?
Proficiencies.
Proficiencies. Oh, there we go. Oh, cool. Okay. All right, so everyone needs to go for the background. They need to take a look at their background and then add it in if it hasn't already been added for being trained. So we'll just double check all that. So for instance, feral child as a background for Sean. Let's see here. I gotta get to the proficiencies, or the backgrounds, just so I can see that. And what was that? Feral. Okay, so they should have given you trained in nature and survival. Okay, which it looks like they automatically gave that to you, which is good.
Well, no, I had to switch survival manually.
Oh, did you? Okay. Scholar and occultism. Let's see here. Scholar for Scott. Alright, you're trained in your choice of arcane, nature, occultism, or religion skill, and gain the assurance skill feature in your chosen skill. Alright, so let's go over to that just to make sure. Occultism is trained. Okay, and then you should also have the assurance skill feat for being a scholar. So let's see, where is that hiding? Features.
That is there under skill feats.
Okay, cool. That gave it to you already. And yep, it looks like you got Forager there, Sean, for your background feat. They automatically gave that to you, I think. Mike, your background.
Yes.
Which one were you picking? Oh, you're thinking on it? Okay.
Yeah, I had to change it up because the one I had wasn't going to work.
Okay. And the chosen one, let me just go to that. Checking on that real quick. Alright, so for chosen one, let's see here. Choose 2 ability boosts. Yeah, we did that. Decide with your GM the basics of the prophecy in which you're meant to play a major part. Okay, we'll look at that later.
Question.
Yes.
Nature I get via druid and feral child, so does that mean I should be up one more?
No, you can, because you're given 2 of the same, you can pick something else. You don't go up another level. So you'll stick to trained with nature, and then you can pick one other skill since you already have it. While you'll probably be fine allowing all uncommons, you should take a look at anything that is rare. Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, because we'll be doing the item buy pretty soon here. Okay, let's see here. Chosen one. Right, I gotta look at this chosen one here to figure out what's going on.
Alright, going with the sheriff background. Reach for the sky!
Nice. Alright, sheriff. Let's take a look at the sheriff real quick for the background. You have, as a sheriff, you have 2 boosts. One must be charisma or dexterity, which it looks like you've picked, and then you can pick one other one. So do you want dex and charisma, or do you want to pick something else beyond those 2 that you've already selected for sheriff?
I mean, I need charisma at some point if I'm going to be doing any sort of persuading or intimidating.
Right.
So I think I'm good with my boosts where they're placed right now.
Okay. And you're going to stick with the key stat of dexterity.
Yep.
All right, and you're good with your level 1 free picks there.
For
level 1, you get the 4 free boosts, and you picked strength, dex, con, and wisdom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at your proficiencies here. So for sheriff, let's see, sheriff, you choose 2 ability boosts, which you did. You're trained in intimidation. Okay. And the hunting lore skill. All right, so lore. Okay. I've added a new spot for lore skill, and if you just want to put in hunting for that, you are now trained in that.
All right.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, shoot. Did not mean to add a new one.
All right. And you gain the group coercion skill feat. So let's see if that was put in for you. Yes, it was. So in your skill feats, the next tab over, you have the background feat of group coercion. All right, now I just need to take a look at the chosen one here. Okay, so for chosen one, Flame Loud saying you really just have to talk through the plot purposes. Since this is the beginner's box, you can either tie the proficiency to what happens in the story or skip it all together and look at the ability boost and the reroll ability. Meanwhile, Tyler Perkins. Meanwhile, Feral Child is just unique because it's a background that grants vision and smelling because you're becoming a feral boy, which is something backgrounds normally can't do, which is why it's rare. Nice. Yes, thank you, Tyler, before about proficiencies equals skills. Thank you. Okay. So we'll have to take a look at the whole proficiencies thing a little later on with your background just to make sure we get those later on, because it sounds like this one is a little bit more involved, and I'll have to look at that off camera once we're done streaming this. Okay, so we've got our backgrounds, we've got our skills, we've chosen a class. Everyone has a class, so we have a summoner, champion, what else do we have? Wizard and a druid. Alright, so write your character class at the top of the page, write level 1 in there. Everyone's already got level 1 in there, which is fine. Next to the ability scores, note that the class's key ability score, which we've done that. Add to the ability score. We've done that already. Don't worry about recording the rest of your stuff. We've done that already too. We've got our we've determined our ability scores, so those are all good as well. Recorded the class details, which we have done. Now I guess we move on to buying equipment. Let's see here. Write your characters. Oh, right. Total hit points. Looks like everyone should have their total hit points too, which is good. So
Yeah, 20.
Yes. Our lowest hit points is 16 for our wizard, and our highest is Sean with 21 for the druid, orc druid. Nice. Alright, and then use the proficiency field box to mark TEML on your character sheet to record your character's initial proficiencies in perception, saving throws, and skills granted, which that should have already been done for us. So if you look down the left side, you'll see that you have Fortitude, Reflex, and Will saves already set to your class. So some of you have Expert in 2 and Trained in 1, and some of you have Trained in 2 and Expert in 1. So those will take into effect. So if you don't already know, there are different levels of like proficiency, because instead of like with 5e where it would be you get a proficiency bonus every so many levels, now in Pathfinder 2nd edition you get a static number tied to however well you are proficient with something. So for instance, if you're trained, it's +2, expert is +4, master I think it is +6, and then legendary is +8. And then every level those will be going up plus your level. So, for instance, if you have expert in your fortitude save, that's going to be
Mine's a 7.
Yeah, yours is a 7, which is what is it? That it should be 4 + 1 plus your So it's going to be 4 for being an expert, +1 for your level, and then plus another
2.
whatever your constitution bonus is. It looks like 2.
Yep.
So. Yeah, there's a lot of bonuses here, so things will be higher than we're used to in 5th edition.
Yeah, this is going to be closer to what 3rd edition was.
Yes. Tyler is also saying, let's see here. Have you all done the things in the classes like feat selections? I believe so. I don't know if we've... yeah. Let's go back to feats real quick.
I still need Ancestry and class feats.
Right. Yes, so Ancestry feats for certain people. Sean already has his because for some reason the Tusks Orc thing went down into a bonus feature. I'm going to fix that one. Let's see here. Mike, your Ancestry feat. Apparently you have a lot to pick from.
Yeah, I was looking at that. But a lot of them are based on ethnicity, and
Ow, shit.
I'm not sure if I should freely pick from that based on, like,
Let's see here. What does... let's see here. Where are we at here? Traits, features... All features, general skills, features.
I'll just pick natural ambition for another class feat. That seems to be the most, or actually, cooperative nature.
Yeah, I had a few to choose from for Ancestry feats.
That aid
Well,
bonus it seems too good to pass up.
Which one did you pick, Mike?
Cooperative nature for a passive +4 aid bonus.
Oh. Yeah, it's better than the +1 if you succeed with an aid check, and then +2 if you crit it, I believe. I have to double check that one. Where's cooperative nature? The short human lifespan leads perspective and has taught you from a young age to set aside differences and work with others to achieve greatness. Oh, that didn't like that. Huh. Weird. Let me see if I can pull that up.
Trying to get on Paizo's website. I'm struggling.
Okay, so Mike has picked cooperative nature. And let's double check. I just gotta make sure everyone has got that. Tyler says, I love cooperative nature. It's nice stuff. Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I was reading it. It just seemed too good to pass up,
Yeah. Skill features. Alright, those, I believe, just were... Oh, yeah, I gotta... Yeah, for the chosen one, I gotta do that there. Ancestry features should be good. No ancestry features for gnome. Class features. Okay, so class features. Or class feats, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me take a look at that. Clear classes. Alright, so let's take a look at wizard since I'm on that one right now. Okay. All right.
I
So
did a thing.
yes, for class feature or class feats, everyone gets to pick a class feat. It looks like for first level. So if you go back to your feats tab, the little metal icon on the top, and you go down to class feats, if you click browse, it will sort it out for your class and archetype to what you have. So for instance, Scott gets to pick Counterspell, Prepared, Eschew Materials, Familiar, Hand of the Apprentice, Reach Spell, Spellbook Prodigy, and Widen Spell. So everyone should be picking a class feat. I think.
Counterspell seems to be easy pick.
Right?
Go into feats. Go into your home. Let's do that into bonus feats. Is that a class thing that I just get?
Oh, it went to the bonus feats?
The counterspell.
Does everyone... not get a class feat, or maybe that comes later on. Let me see what I'm doing wrong here.
It looks like I don't get a class feat till second, aside from what my druid circle gives me.
Oh, all right.
Mine's weird. I don't get a class feat. I get an evolution feat.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Tyler's saying not everyone. It's dependent on the class, so not everyone gets a feat. All right, so I'm gonna delete that off of the school there. There we go. Okay, so I guess if you go into it and it says there's an empty slot, that means you need to pick something. So for instance, let's see here. Severus, Eric, you need to pick a Ancestry feat.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence on which one I want.
I'm gonna have to reload Foundry.
Okay.
It's kind of bugging out on me.
All right. Yeah, it looks like Champion gets a class feat to pick from.
Yeah, I was thinking unimpeded step to aid with people breaking out of grapples and stuff and paralysis.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back. My cat is freaking out to get out.
Let's step out!
All right. Yeah, Archive seems to be having some issues at the moment.
Yeah,
Archives of
I've been
Nethys.
struggling to get on.
It's probably down because of all the people fleeing 5e going on there, just freaking overloading the server.
Yeah, exactly. All
Oh,
right.
D&D. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with unimpeded step.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. With a burst of divine liberation, your allies' movement from your liberating step is unaffected by difficult terrain, greater difficult terrain, narrow surfaces, and uneven ground. Nice. Okay, so let's see here. Now, I guess we are on to picking equipment. So, everyone gets 15 gold to buy stuff with. Certain classes have packs that they can start with. Otherwise, you just go ahead and buy whatever you want. You have 15 gold to play around with. Let's see here. Who is the... no, we don't have a summoner. We did have a... Or no, we do have a summoner, right? Eric, you're playing a summoner. Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're suggesting if AON PRD is down, Archives of Nethys, then go to pf2e easy.com. That's like a backup site to go to. Who was it? Tyler was asking Eric if the summoner has chosen their Eidolon and wrote it up yet. No, not yet.
No, not yet.
We're gonna have to figure that one out.
Oh, sweet. Yes, this website works.
It's a giant disembodied hand. That's what his Eidolon is.
Like, I know it's, where'd it go?
Arcane Bond. Yeah. School.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this later on to get the Eidolon set up. Hey, Hair Doctor, thank you for hanging out with us as we did some character creation for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I appreciate you being here, and have a good night, buddy. I know it's late, so take care.
Good night, Air Doctor.
Yes, it takes 3 actions to manifest the Eidolon. Oh, then you choose their attacks. Jeez. Oh man, they change what your spell list is. A summoner with an angel uses divine list. With an animal, they use primal list. Then you have to choose their attacks.
Yeah, I was going animal.
Okay.
Fucking that damn page isn't loading that I was using.
Alright, so, one other thing to let you guys know about. You guys know about the critical successes and whatnot, and the critical failures, and how that all works out when you're rolling dice?
Vaguely, I brushed over it when I was reading.
Okay.
Because there was a lot.
Yeah. When you roll dice, for basically any D20 check, you're going to, you're going to roll your dice there, and you're going to add up the whole modifiers. If you roll a natural 20, that's going to be a critical success. If you roll a natural 1, that is a critical failure. So critical successes and critical failures are very important to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. They do different things now. So for instance, if you were doing... I can't give a good example. Like if you were doing something, you might be... With a critical success, you might get a lot of information, or you might be able to do something so much faster or farther or what have you. The same goes for critical failures. So for instance, if you were doing a save or a check for a spell that was like an AoE and you had a critical failure, yeah, that's a good example. Like a fireball. Let's say a monster casts fireball on everyone. Critical success on the reflex save, or if it's a reflex save, anyone that with a critical success would take no damage at all. So you with a critical success, you get out of the way completely. And that's if you roll a natural 20, or if you roll 10 higher than the DC check. Then if you roll a success, it is, you'll take half damage. A failure, you take full damage. And if you roll a critical failure, you take double damage. So, yeah, there's that right there. That's going to be fun. Tyler's dropping some hot knowledge on us here. Let's see here. Primary attack, choose from the following statistics for more flexible primary attacks. 1d8 disarm, non-lethal shove or trip. 1d6 damage, fatal d10. Yeah, he's dropping a whole bunch of stuff in the chat there, Eric, if you'd like to read up on that for the summoner. So that's critical successes and failures. So you get a critical success from a natural 20 or 10 over the DC. You get a critical failure with a natural 1 or 10 under the DC. So there's a bunch of room there. Dying. Has anyone got to the whole part about falling unconscious and dying?
Oh, and how it happens quickly?
Yeah, it happens real quick. So dying in Pathfinder 2nd Edition is much different than 5th Edition. Where in 5th Edition you roll a standard check, and anything 10 or higher you get a success. A crit would be, you basically get right up. A failure is 1 failure, and then a critical failure is 2 failures. In dying, you get the dying 1 condition, and that is the 1 on the dying is your DC check of 10 plus the level of dying you're at. If you critically succeed, you would remove 2 dying. You would remove up to 2 from your dying. If you succeed, you remove up to 1. If you fail, you add 1, and if you critically fail, you add 2. If I remember that correctly. Now, every time you die, every time you fail a check and you add 1 or 2, that increases the DC for your dying. So if you, let's say, you were at dying 1 and you failed, then you'd go to dying 2. If you then failed again, you would be at dying 3, and you would be 1 more step from death. If you hit dying 4, you immediately die. There are ways that can increase and decrease the dying range. I think, for instance, the doomed condition might decrease. There's a way that like dying would then become 3 instead of dying 4 to die outright, and then there's a feat that allows you to have dying 5 as the final one, which is pretty crazy. So dying is a little more scary, a little crazier. And on top of that, if you ever take double your maximum hit points or more, you die outright, which is pretty standard. The 5th edition was like that too. If you ever took twice your maximum hit points, you would just outright die. So dying is pretty fun in in 2nd edition. And then whenever you recover from dying, you get a wounded condition, which you need a long rest, or whatever. How do they call it here? You need a rest for the night to get rid of the wounded condition, and the wounded condition will add negative modifiers, circumstantial modifiers to the game as well. So that's just a couple extra things to remember while you guys are buying stuff. I don't know if you guys are into the whole buying equipment right now or not.
I am working on that right now.
Oh yeah, I see Sean's got some stuff going.
I'm picking languages still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. You guys got to pick languages. Let's see here. Where are we at? There's also bulk. Do you guys know anything about the bulk system and how weight is distributed in the game?
Yeah, it's like bulk will be like carried in our containers, which we can set down.
Yes.
Sort of like for like our combat weights and whatnot.
Yep.
To sort of like separate the two.
Okay. So there's 3 different types of bulk. The bulk with a little dash through it means it is so light it doesn't take up any weight, really. So like chalk, bird feathers, soap, those are very minuscule weights that they don't worry about it. Anything with an L for bulk is basically a light item. And every time you have 10, up to a 10 in light, that becomes 1 bulk. So for instance, right now, I'm looking at Sean's backpack, and he's got 5 torches. Each one of those is 1 L. So now he has 5 L in torches, plus 2 L's from rations. So he's got a total of 7 L, plus a bedroll for 8, water skin for 9, and a rope for 10. So that becomes 1 bulk right there. Other things will have their own bulk as well. So leather armor has a bulk of 2. Long spear has a bulk of 2 as well. And then, you have those things going on. You can carry a maximum of 5 plus your strength modifier in bulk before you become encumbered. And then when you become encumbered, it will do things to your character like reduce your movement a little bit and a few other things. So for instance, right now, it looks like Sean is carrying upwards of 4 bulk, and before he becomes encumbered, he can carry 6. If you ever go over your maximum bulk, which is 10 plus your strength modifier, you can't move. You're just dead in the water. Flame Loud is suggesting things the party should buy. Healer's tools and thieves' tools. Trust me, they come up. Okay, thank you, Flame Loud. You can get rid of wounds with the treat wound activity. Also, it's called a long rest here as well. 8 hours. Yes, the long rest. For sleeping off wounded conditions and being treated. So, thankfully, bulk isn't too crazy. Also, coins are interesting, where it was like 50 coins for 1 pound in 5e. Every 1,000 coins equals 1 bulk. So if you ever end up having like 2,999 coins, that's only 2 bulk. When you get 1 more coin, it goes up to 3 bulk.
We can't play this game.
Fucking rounding down this bullshit.
Wait, no,
There's
we
no
can't.
Electrum pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Shit.
Yeah, there's
I'll
no
figure it
Electrum.
out.
All right. So it looks like we are primarily done with the character creation portion of this here. Healing potions are like 4 gold. Wow, really? They're that cheap?
For minor healing potion. Yeah.
Oh, they got booty potions.
Yep.
Booty heals.
Straight D8 heal. Heal. They actually have an even more booty potion,
Nope, that was not direct.
which is just saw the damn thing.
Oh yeah, I see it. Minor, lesser, moderate, greater, and major.
Yep.
Okay.
And then there's also
Oh yeah. 4 gold pieces for a minor.
elixir of life for 3 gold. Elixir of life accelerates a living creature's natural healing process and immune system. Upon drinking this, you gain 1d6 hit points and gain +1 item bonus to saving throws against diseases and poisons for 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So there's all sorts of shite.
Yep. Yeah, Flame Loud, that's exactly, yeah. Well then, like I said, I think we are finished up with the character creation portion of this. So we have ourselves a lizard folk summoner of the Chosen One background. We have a human champion with the sheriff background. We also have the reimagined wizard, the gnome wizard for Scott, and for Sean we have the orc druid, which you doing Crunk, Sean? You bringing Crunk into Pathfinder?
Crunkfinder.
Oh,
Oh, also hero points. I forgot about that. There are hero points. Did you guys get to that?
Nope.
I
Okay.
see that they're there.
Yes. Hero points are similar to how 1D&D was going with the what was it called there? The bonus, I forgot the name of it.
where are you even seeing hero?
Just
Oh, they're
underneath
at
your
the top
name.
of the character sheet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you get hero points, and they are like inspiration from 5th edition. So you can have upwards of 3 hero points. You can't reassign hero points like you could with inspiration since you were limited to 1. Thank you, Flame Loud. So you get hero points. They basically are similar to inspiration, where if you don't like the roll, you can use 1 hero point to re-roll a d20. You have to take the new result. And if you are ever dying, you can use all of your hero points. You have to use all of them. If you have 3 hero points saved up, and all of a sudden you become dying, and you're like 1 stage from dead, you can, on your turn, use all of your. You have to use all of your hero points to a minimum of 1 to stabilize. So you have a way of protecting yourself from death if it ever comes to that, which is pretty handy. But the problem is if you're dying, you have to use all of them. So if you had 2 or 3 hero points, they all get wiped away. But you get hero points for doing some kind of heroic deed, or, they're awarded just the same as before. Do fun, for me, if you're doing silly fun stuff, then I'll be like, cool, let's do this. You get a hero point. So there's that. Things have weapons, gear, and armor have hit points, and they can be destroyed. There's that. Oh, yes. Hero points reset, and you get 1 at the start of the next session. Yes, thank you, Tyler. It's generally assumed you give 1 every 1 to 2 hours. Yes, so all your equipment should have hit points. Primarily, the only thing that will be taking damage usually is going to be a shield if you have one. The funny part is, if I remember correctly, in order to use a shield, you have to take an action to raise your shield in combat every turn.
Yep. You can also, if you have the feat for it or the class feat for it, I think you can do it as a reaction as well.
Ah, nice. So, a shield
Class
or...
feature, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, or class feature, actually. I believe it's what it is.
Yeah. Equipment breaks once it has received half of its hit points and damage. So if you have a steel shield, and it has 20 hit points, and then it takes 10 hit points along the way, it becomes broken and basically unusable. But once you go into downtime from the encounter, you can try and repair it after the fact to get it back up and working. If it ever takes all of its hit points and damage, it is completely broken and worthless, and you can't fix it anymore. Yes, the shield block ability and AC being more important in this edition, as Tyler is saying. Yeah, anything else, primarily like your armor and weapons, usually won't have to worry about it. It's generally just the shield. Yeah, and Tyler's saying cantrip, apparently. Let's see here. Oh, shield spell is apparently a cantrip in this edition. Ooh. Oh boy. Alright, so it is getting on to 7:30. I am going to cut the live stream here, and I will thank everyone for stopping by. Tyler, Flame Loud, let's see here. Who else? Hair Doctor, who was here before. We had Candy Holic. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Dark Ocelot. Who else was here? I know there was a couple. Josh G stopped by to watch us create some Pathfinder 2nd Edition characters. And looks like that's about it. So yes, thank you all so much for swinging by as we created characters for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. You guys are awesome. If anyone happens to watch this later on as a video on demand for the YouTube channel, thank you also so much. You are all amazing people. And hopefully we will see everyone here next week as we begin the beginner's box for Pathfinder 2nd Edition and delve into the adventures that await all of our players here. So thank you all so much for stopping by, and we will see you in a week, hopefully. All right, guys. Have a good night, and we'll see you later.
Good night, all.
Bye-bye. Wait, I can get a freaking gun.